Hey filmmakers, Chungdha here. In this video I'm going to show you how to build this Gunstock camera rig. It's fully built from camera accessories. The main or the basic build would cost you around 20 bucks, but this whole setup together with including the quick release costs around 50 bucks. But there are also gunstock rigs out there that are pretty affordable. But this one is more versatile and able to collapse more smaller. And this one is quite easy to build. Maybe even be cheaper if you know certain parts or you already own certain parts. You can also make an adaptation with like the previous builds of the camera cage that you only add this lower part to give you an extra support. And mainly it's a gunstock rig, and I have to say I was also pretty skeptical about gunstock rigs because it's much cheaper than a full-on shoulder rig, and also it's only like pushing against your shoulder instead of lying on your shoulder, and also like the handle is like very far off from the camera, but it's actually much better than a shoulder rig because I've tested it out and it actually gives you more options and able to adapt and place the camera much on different places, while a shoulder rig is literally limited to that setup, and you have to like add different things to able to change the setup, but this directly able to quickly change it around. And yeah, it's a nice simple setup you can use for like guerrilla shooting where you literally can't have any tripods around. For me, I literally use it because there are certain events that suddenly there be some person that have like a tripod phobia and say you can't use it because the talents don't want people to have a tripod around, and you have to like give over your tripod to one of the security guys and look over for it until it's done and you get it back. Mainly, yeah, then you need a rig to hold your camera stable. You could just try to hold it handheld, but it's probably easier and better to have a rig that could help you to get a better support, especially with like able to shoot on a much higher level or on a much slightly higher angle. So you can easily change the angle and make it slightly more higher or more lower. So this is a much better support than a shoulder rig that is mainly on the level of your shoulder. Or this you can set it higher up, close to your eye. You have like an LCD viewfinder you can put on here. And yeah, the most basic version without this front handle, just only this articulating arm plus this grip here. That would cost you around 20 US dollars. It's not that expensive. And I'm missing a few parts of this articulating arm, so that's why there's still a quarter-inch protruding around here. Otherwise, I put it upside down without this protruding out, but it's not giving me any issues. And it's actually quite nice to use this handle because it's a sponge handle, so it's a nice and soft, soft kind of support. So it's not like using a. There are like few people showing you using a cold shoe stand, and I don't like using that because it's a hard plastic, and the other thing is it's a wide part, so it's kind of like limits you with holding it against your chest. With this, I could easily also add a slight extra movement to it, so it can also pivot around this this handle. If you actually turn this around and You could also put it like this against your chest. So then it pivots like this, giving you a different dimension of pivot. So you can turn around and have a much smoother tilt up movement instead of, yeah, you can also tilt up with your body movement. And mostly the main thing is that your upper body is actually the most steadiest. So, and also you want to keep your arms close to you. So, and the main reason why I'm using a ball head here to put it into an angle is to have this in a more ergonomic angle, so my hand is not straight and or trying to hold something that is vertical, but is actually straight parallel to my arm. So that is also a way to make you hold it much better and get less shakes into your camera. So that's explaining why it's actually so great, and also, yeah, it just gives you more support, and yeah, it's a very simple and not expensive setup. And yeah, that was mainly explaining why it's great. So let's go to the build. Okay, so here we have the parts for the build, however also extra parts. And the main part that is basically the articulating arm, or the magic articulating arm. However, mine, I was missing a piece, so I'm using a small light stand adapter that to replace that part. Basically, there should be a black piece between these two parts, and yeah, this is now a replacement just to show. And mainly, yeah, you can get that part off, so you can have two parts that have a quarter 20 screw, but at the moment that is not really needed. And we have a C flash bracket here, which we will be using the bottom, and mainly because this is nice and short, because I don't want to have like a long flash bracket on the bottom. And we have here two sponge grips, and including the carabiners you can actually get from it, but you don't need the carabiners. We have here a nice thick and strong ball head. Have here a Manfrotto quick release, and a cold shoe stand for a external flash. And the easiest way to make a Gunstock is to use the flash bracket onto your magic arm, and this is possibly the cheapest method, but there's a reason why I don't really like this. First of all, this is a plastic stand, and it's a flat stand. The reason why I don't like it, because it's flat, it's kind of limits you with movement, because basically it don't let you roll. While using a sponge grip, you can actually roll it on the axis of the basically roll it on the axis of the grip itself, which gives you like a nice extra dimension. So you can basically use it. Basically you have like an extra dimension you can roll on this axis, or you can tilt, so you can change the axis so you have a roll. Plus, because it's sponge, it feels much nicer and gives like a actual grip, while this you have like these rubber things, and it doesn't really grip on your clothing at all. And kind of really only pushing on yourself and doesn't grip your body. While this sponge kind of gives you a grip, nice solid grip. So I also advise you to use a quick release. The reason is so you can easily get the camera off. Plus, yeah, the design or use of a Gunstock rig like this doesn't have like a place where you can actually mount it onto your tripod. So having a quick release, you can easily get the camera off and then back on your tripod if it has the same quick release plate. So you could basically like this screw it under your camera, but I don't think that is that great because yeah, screwing it on right now is kind of a hassle and use a lot of time. You could add a quick release here, but we're going to now make the version with the extra grip, which is quite nice because of the extra grip. You can actually like hold it slightly better because your hand is now further away from the camera. It will basically make it be able to yeah, hold it basically because your hands are further away from the camera. You can lessen the shakes. So this is the bottom of the C-stand, and we're going to use it in a quite odd way because you need to not put, yeah, basically you use this 1/4" screw to screw the handle on, and on the other side put a screw. And basically because yeah, otherwise it's hard to put the handle onto the small piece of the brackets. And also can remove, can't keep it, but I don't like to have something dangling. So another thing is because it's metal on metal, it doesn't hold that great, so you need to have an additional rubber ring between there. Gives more grip. And the reason why I don't really like this then, even it's okay to have like this setup with a straight handle, but ergonomically wise it's not that great because your hands normally should not be in that angle. So I like to add the extra ball head, even though it's a bit of extra stuff, but it will give you a better handling. Okay, so that was it. Yeah, you have to tighten down everything quite hard, especially this point here and this point here. The reason why you have to tie down very hard because everything is extended so far, so basically it becomes like a lever, so you can push off or untighten quite easily. So you have to tighten it very well, so while you use it, it won't untighten or get loose on its own. And yeah, mainly just easily collect everything and make it into a small package, so you can keep it in your bag. So yeah, that is mainly it. I don't think there's any points I've missed. Yeah, mainly using this small bracket just because it looks better than using a way too long flash bracket for it. But you could go for the flash bracket, but I recommend for the looks, and just because it looks much better and also the size is much better for it. And because this has an angle down, it wouldn't be in the way of like certain lenses, as certain lenses are quite big, and if it's like on the same level, it could like hit the flash bracket. So yeah, this going down, it would give you enough space for like big wide angle lenses, so it doesn't hit the bracket. And yeah, that was it. You could also use this backside on other things, like on the cage I showed you last time, and also yeah, you could also make a double handle instead of a single handle. So let's go back to the other. So that was how to build the Gunstock rig from the basic to the more advanced with the extra handle. And this is actually, in the previous video I showed you how to build a camera cage, and actually now adding an extra support to the cage so you can hold the cage with an extra point of contact on your chest or to the side of your chest, where you actually want to. And you can also change the angle of this, so you can make it help you with a tilt. And yeah, it gives you a nice extra support so you can hold it, and then also have an extra point of contact so it doesn't wobble that much. And yeah, especially you can add more things onto this cage than with the other one. However, the single handle Gunstock rig is nice and for guerrilla style, but this you can like add full on everything, like a external recorder, monitor and everything, while the other one you have less space to put it on. And yeah, it's fully from camera accessories, and you can easily just break it down and put it in your bag without having a big thing in your bag. So that was mainly it. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you have any rigs you want me to see or want to see me build it, please send me a message or comment below. And if you want to see more upcoming videos, please subscribe, and I hope to see you the next time. Bye bye.